Welcome back to the Beast Game Podcast. This is going to be a review for Gringo. It's directed by Nash Edgerton, who is the brother of Joel Edgerton. The writers are Anthony Timbanakis and Matt Stone, and it stars David Oyelowo, Joel Edgerton, and Charlize Theron. The synopsis is a dark comedy mixed with white-knuckle action and dramatic intrigue explores the battle of survival for businessman Harold Soyinka when he finds himself crossing the line from law-abiding citizen to wanted criminal. Matt, what was your view on Gringo?
I think it had potential to be a funny movie, but it fell flat, equal to watching paint dry. I mean, it started off okay. All right, this is going to get interesting, and then the pacing just set it off, and I was like, oh, Lord. You know how you have some movies that effortlessly develop their characters? A lot of Marvel movies. This doesn't even get anywhere close to it. All the characters were all flat. They were dry. I would have felt better if I watched Black Panther for the third time than watched this for the first time.
Like you said, the movie tried to start off like it was going to be something interesting, but that second act of the movie was pretty bad. David Oyelowo's character, where he's trying to fake his own death. I'm trying to find something to compare that to, but I really can't.
This movie was terrible. Who was in charge of casting? Like, there was no chemistry between any of these characters whatsoever. And the main character? I'm like, really? I think if they put Kevin Hart, not because he's Kevin Hart, but because he would have carried the movie a lot better, it probably would have been a better movie and probably made a profit. But the main character, I was like, no, I don't care much about him. He wasn't funny to me at all, dark comedy or not. He didn't carry the movie. He was just boring, like really, really boring. And he was emotionless. Normally when characters yell and scream, you go through the highs and the lows. With him, I didn't really feel it at all. I'm just like, Even when he got bad news, I'm like, what does it matter? No one cares. The potential, but between the casting, the pacing, this was an awful movie. Just awful.
Pacing for this movie was just all over the place. And then there's all these different plot points where you have different characters and all these characters are supposed to tie into the main story, but it just didn't work out too well.
No, not at all. I was so ready for this movie to be over.
Yeah, and then we went to go see it late. That didn't help either.
Yeah, that didn't help at all, but I was like, really, this sucks.
But
I think the best point in the movie was a Will Smith song. That's it. That was it.
Yeah, because even the first act was pretty bad because it started off slow, but the whole point is that Joel Edgerton's character owns a pharmaceutical business and he's actually dealing drugs with the Mexican cartels. David Oyelowo's character isn't in on it, so he's just kind of the straight person and he's getting set up. It isn't that simple. And then again, you have all these additional characters, and also like Sharlto Copley. I didn't even know that was him in that movie. He was the brother of Joel Edgerton. What score would you give Gringo?
I'd give it a 3.0. Terrible movie. Again, emotionless actors. It suffers from big, massive meltdown.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Yeah, I'll probably follow it up with also a 3. It had potential. The writing in this movie is pretty bad. Most of the characters are unlikable. There's script problems, there's pacing problems, there's character development problems, so there's just all around nothing really likable about this movie. It's pretty unfunny for a comedy movie. There's way too many people in this movie, there's way too many characters, and then you have Joel Edgerton and Charlize Theron's character romantically involved, and then Thandie Newton and Joel Edgerton romantically involved, who is the wife of David Oyelowo's character, and all that is supposed to tie into the whole plot, but it just gets messy. It's just silly.
Yeah, it didn't flow. To me, that part didn't flow at all.
Yeah, so, again, I guess a 3. Pretty terrible movie. The person that wrote this movie had also written that movie Life with Martin and Eddie Murphy. They had also written that movie called Soul Men that was Samuel Jackson and Bernie Mac.
Okay.
So,
gosh, that was so fucking bad.
Yeah.
You know, a movie is bad when you can't even say anything really constructive about it. It just does everything bad. Just everything bad.
Yeah, the writing's bad. Maybe other than the setting.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? This shit is terrible. I think the happiest part of the movie was when it ended. That was my happiest part.
Yep. Go to
I
Wendy's.
was like, oh shit, time to get some cheeseburgers. Let's get it.
But, all right, that's the Beast Game Podcast.